I'm just going to fully pretend we went live properly and we did not just miss this conversation. All right. Okay. We're just going to look. Okay. It's been a long day, guys. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a little bit more centered. Okay. All right. So we're live properly now.
Okay, thanks.
Not at all.
Okay. Thanks. George Stubbard. Half man, half thanks.
A big statuette of the Virgin Mary kept an eye on the place.
The family got screwed over or something. Exactly. Okay, Robot Lady is now working, which I'm happy to hear. This is what it will sound like. You guys never hear that, but I get that all the time. This is what it will sound like.
It was too delicate to move.
I was like, what do you mean it's too delicate to move? Surely it's made of stone.
In front of the shrine was a lectern with a Bible on it. On removing the Bible, I found a pattern on the lectern top. Hey, it's a checkerboard.
Well, everybody hashtag Max. Everybody on Twitch and YouTube has no idea what I just did there. But you now, fam, know. You now, I'm sorry, YouTube and Twitch. Stone is too delicate. Let's grab this this old Bible. Okay. Max, you need to turn up on Wednesday so you can get your XP for giving the gifts. Just so you know. 9:45 on Wednesdays. Or you can watch the whole stream, up to you. 9:45 on Wednesdays.
It was a rod with a cone and a hook on the end. I guessed it was for snuffing out the big candle in the chandelier. Now what? There was nothing to snuff. Feeling like an idiot, I put it down again.
No, George. Okay, George, my guy, my bro. Oh, I can't do that yet because otherwise I can't do the Syria part. The olden light switch, yeah.
The lectern top had a pattern of glass squares on it. Close up, I could see that the pattern was made up of glass squares over a checkerboard pattern. Some of the squares had little jagged holes in the middle. Close up, I could see that some of the squares.
George, I have already heard you say that.
Would you tell me something?
Everybody hashtag
What
Max.
do you want to know?
Hardcore.
Is the Virgin Mary really the right person to be sharing a mausoleum with 5 knights?
You are showing your ignorance, Senor Stobart. The Templars were dedicated to the Virgin Mary.
Okay, guys. This is a little bit of e-begging. I'm sorry, but we have to do this. Can you hit share if you're using the app? It should be on the top right. There's like a 3-dot triangle thingy. It just helps with the ye olden algorithm.
What's the story with the glass chessboard?
Glass chessboard. Oh, the pattern on the lectern, purely decorative, I'm sure.
There are pieces of glass missing from it.
Oh, it has been like that since I was a
Oh,
girl.
thanks, everybody. No, okay, let's think outside the box here.
The gaps in the glass chessboard look awfully deliberate.
No, it is ridiculous. What possible significance can it have?
It's part of a chessboard, and the gaps are for...
Senor Stobart. You cannot mean...
This place was built for the Templars. Your chess set is as old as the Templars. It's kind of suggestive, isn't it?
I love how it took this random American guy who survived a bombing explosion. Actually, how did the waitress survive the bomb? Hey, has anybody ever thought about that? How does the waitress survive the bomb going off? What? Anyway, thank you, Big Nitty Cause. Yeah, it took this random American surviving a bomb explosion to rock up to this lady's house and be like, hey, this thing that you guys have been looking at for 600 years, maybe you should do something with
this
it.
must be it. This is what the manuscript is pointing to.
This is extraordinary.
Yeah, dude, thanks. Hey, yo, thanks, Kelly.
Am I to understand that the Templars left a puzzle here? And in all of this time, we failed to realize that there was a puzzle?
Yo, everybody hashtag
It was
Kelly.
wonderful to watch the Countess change before my eyes.
Right. Well, no time for wallowing in self-pity, eh, Senor Stobart? This mystery has had a good long run, but
Yep,
it
that's how
ends
bums
here
work.
and now.
All those years of fatalism were falling away from her.
Lopez! Lopez! Put that hose down and listen! Go to the house and get my chess set! Yes! The old chess set! Oh, damn the game! Now, hurry!
I love that because it's payoff for her earlier saying, do not touch the pieces.
My,
Be
this
the bro.
is exciting, is it not?
Don't get too excited. This could be a blind alley.
Oh, I do not believe that for a moment.
It's good to see you happy.
Happy? You know, I think I am.
While we're waiting, I'd really like to know what happened here. I mean, the curse and everything?
It all began at the time of the dissolution of the Templars. Don Carlos had already left their ranks to become a scholar.
Don Carlos, is he the guy who went missing?
See, but he had reckoned without the local bishop. Their bishop envied us our lands and determined to use the papal edict as an excuse to destroy us. Don Carlos was on one of his scholarly journeys when the Inquisition arrived. When Don Carlos returned, it was to find his loyal manservant slain and his children gone.
They took the kids? But why?
Oh, we will never know. The bishop denied all knowledge of the children's disappearance. But witnesses had seen his men kill the servant who had been charged to protect them.
What happened to Don Carlos?
He swore he'd find his children if he had to go to the edge of the world. He put on his armor and took up his sword and shield and rode out alone. He was never seen again.
Cove Island.
Lopez, you have the pieces.
Si, my lady, as you asked.
Por favor, Senor Stobart, would you be so kind?
Man,
My
the remake
lady.
is so
Calm
pretty.
yourself, Lopez. I believe Senor Stobart's motives are pure.
Very well, my lady.
I really hope Broken Sword 6 is hand-drawn. Or at least looks
My
like
lady
Broken Sword
seems
5.
to trust you.
But you don't.
No, senor.
It fits, Senor Stobart. It fits.
Working quickly, I found which pieces went into which holes.
I think a ring light, eh? My eyes just look like black spots. Dassen Panden. Oh my god, I hate this puzzle. I hate this puzzle with my whole soul. I've never liked this puzzle. Okay, how do I put the red in check? Hang on. That's the red king there, right? This is the bishop? Oh, he needs to be here. And hang on, the bishop needs to be here. He's got the king in check. Where does my king need to be? Here? Wait, the bishop has the king in check, right? Yeah, he does. I'm confused. Dude, this puzzle, ever since I was a kid, I've always just YOLO'd it as well. Kill that bishop, kill the queen. Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. The bishop kills the king, right? So white square here. Can I move the knight? Oh, I can move the knight. Yeah, so my own king would die over here, right? And over here. Oh, yo, okay. There's not enough squares, right? I'm not crazy, right? There isn't enough squares? I should know, like, I play chess with Victoria quite frequently, so I should know this. Oh, my own king would die as well, because this rook would just kill the shit out of him. Does my king go here then? Where do you go? Hold up. The king, there's the king here. Where, oh shit. Where do I put my pawn? Oh, he's a knight. What? That's the horse, right? Yeah. Oh, he's riding a horse. Oh, I feel so bad. This is why a 4-year-old beat me at chess. Okay, so I've got that's how I've always done this puzzle. I've always brute forced it. I just move them around until it works. Oh, okay, hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna do this. I am gonna do this. We're gonna put pawn here. Oh, shit. Pawn here. Oh, it's not pawn, knight. Okay, from here, I'm gonna stop doing anything. I'm gonna wait for Nanny Calls to tell me what to do. All right, Nanny Calls, let's do this. King in between red knights. Oh, because they can't hurt him. Yeah. Because knights can't kill directly next to them. The power of Nanny Calls. It seems in your anger, you used Nanny Calls to win. No! Why'd they give the queen enormous breasts? Not that I'm complaining, but why? Any calls to you still there? Oh, okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Bishop. I'm just gonna move it out of the way. Knight where bishop is. Yeah. Well done, Nanny Cause. Thank you so much.
Senor Stobart, look!
What is that? It's not the Holy Grail, is it?
No, Senor Stobart. It is the communion chalice of the De Vasconcelos.
George,
Missing for
is it the
almost
Holy Grail?
700 years.
No, but you will
Wow.
fight a dragon.
Well, go on.
I cannot. I can hardly believe it is real.
Go ahead. Live a little.
Are you sure? This is your moment of triumph, Senor Stobart.
Sure, I'm sure. The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later.
The possibility of death traps only occurred to me a few days later. Amazing. I need to give that to a priest to rub my cup.
So the curse of the De Vasconcelos is lifted?
Oh no, the Countess was thrilled to find the lost chalice. But there's still the riddle
Is
of the
Nico
missing
like
knight.
half Chinese?
Well, you can forget about that now and get back to finding the Templar's secret.
Actually, I promised the Countess I'd find Don Carlos.
You what?
I can explain everything.
You have got the odds for a withered old Spanish aristocrat?
The Countess entrusted me with the chalice and the quest for her ancestor's tomb.
You're as crazy as she is. Haven't you got enough problems? Khan and the Templars?
Nico's right,
It's
hey.
all
Your
part
life
of the
is
same
already
thing.
hard.
The chalice is important,
Oh,
I'm
right.
sure. The manuscript pointed us to the knight, and I have to find him.
What then?
I don't know. But when the knight and the chalice are reunited, maybe I will. Labino explained who the Hashashin were.
Yeah?
The cult of the assassins.
Oh, boy.
Let's take another look at the manuscript.
Sometimes I like Nico is like, wow, cool, bro. No. I'm so happy for you, G.
The Night Scroll bears a phrase in Latin. Through my teachings, you will be enlightened.
Cool, George. I'm actually not enlightened.
That's the clue that led me to Spain. There's a guy with a sword and a bull. Between them is a gem supported by a tripod. There's a woman looking at her reflection in a mirror, but the reflection has 3 hideous faces.
Yeah. All her husband. All right, let's go.
This is the chalice I discovered in Spain.
I still can't figure out why the Countess gave it to you. After losing it for all those years, she simply gave it away to a total stranger. She's one prawn short of a paella.
The Countess is a fine lady. You shouldn't compare her with seafood.
I wouldn't be surprised if there's something going on between you and that Countess.
Are you serious? She's old enough to be my grandmother. Did I show you the chalice?
Yes, you did.
I have to go.
Nico,
Okay,
Nico,
I'll
look,
see
calm
you
down,
later.
all right? My dad's not dead yet. All right, let's go. I love the ambient noise in her apartment. It's awesome. Recover an ancient artifact from Costa Calida.
Oh, hi.
Hello, my handsome friend.
Maybe not.
What? That's the whole reason I came to see her.
Have you seen anyone out here watching Mademoiselle Collar's apartment?
Yes, I have. A strange man, tall and thin as a broomstick. He kept his face hidden, but I saw his eyes peering from evil little slits.
How was he dressed?
A long brown raincoat with a hat.
Or like Humphrey Bogart?
Yes, but he didn't have Bogart's charisma. Besides, this guy looked like he needed a toilet. You never saw Bogart clenching his buttocks like that.
Is that Khan? I thought she was taking the piss out of Andre for a moment there. But is that Khan?
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
What a hunk.
He's a killer.
I can see that. His eyes say it all.
She's a very interesting
later.
character, and I'm
That's
so glad
right,
they brought her back
monsieur.
for Broken Sword 5.
You will.
Oh, it's Rosso. Holy shit, it is Rosso. That's crazy. And he has jurisdictions right next to Rujarui. Bro. That's even more of a head fuck. Seriously, this series is fascinating. Like, Mo is...
Excuse me.
What do you want now?
What do you think of this chalice, Sergeant?
Not much.
It's over 600 years old.
It looks it. I wouldn't drink from that rusty old thing if I was you.
Is Rosso here?
Yes, he is. You wish to speak to him?
Yes, I do.
Yes, I do.
One moment, monsieur.
And then we're going to tap out. We're going to go straight
It's
to
Stobart, monsieur.
Montfaucon.
He insists on talking to you again.
Thank you, Moo. What now, monsieur?
Oh, there's nothing I can talk to him about. I'm going to ask him about this and then leave.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You already asked me that. I told you. No.
Yeah, sorry, bro. I thought we would have another
So long,
conversation.
Inspector.
He's like, that's American. What is in Russian? Нет, нет, американец here. I am not American. And a Russian man asks you if you're American. You say, I am not American. Нет, нет, американец. Wow. Gotta leave. Wow, dude, seriously, this remake is real pretty. I'm so glad they kept it like hand-drawn and gave them real shadows. That's so weird. Like, it's cool, but like as somebody who's played the game for like, you know, over 2 decades, I'm like, that is weird. Music Kroon, no. Oh, actually, I should go to Music Kroon and ask Andre Lobino about the chalice.
Hi, Andre. Hello, Georgie. What do you make of this cup, Andre?
It's a 14th century communion vessel. Spanish, probably.
You sure know your onions.
Amazing.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
Cool. I
You're
love
welcome.
that. So what I got from that is George thinks it's
Pardon
an
me?
onion.
Oui, monsieur?
Does this old cup mean anything to you?
Nothing, monsieur.
Cool.
Thanks for your help.
I'm so happy I came back here. George, is there a run button, bro? Do you have a broke... Oh, no, there isn't a run button. That's why the goat puzzle doesn't make any sense. Okay. All right. Let's go to Montfaucon. Yo, it's the bro.
I once read a list of low-stress jobs. It didn't include police work. Obviously, this guy hadn't read the same list. Excuse me, officer.
And how may I help you?
Do you know what this is?
It's a sewer key.
Does it mean anything to you?
Do you belong to some obscure arm of the Masons?
I'll probably be villains at Broken Sword at some point.
Does this red nose mean anything to you?
Aha! A prosthetic nose. Very significant.
It is?
No, I am just having a little joke.
Does this red nose...
Aha! There.
It is?
No,
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Delightful. Would you like to see some of my used tissues?
Hell no.
Then please put yours away.
Incredible.
Have you seen this man before?
No. Who is it?
I believe him to be an international assassin.
Oh.
Is that all you can say? Oh.
I just wonder if I should say that I believe you to be an international paranoiac. But it didn't seem polite.
Would you like to shake? I stopped myself barely in time. Electrocuting a cop would not have been smart. They'd rebuild the Bastille just so they could throw me in and throw away the key. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
The pattern looks Middle Eastern. Beyond that, who knows?
Very astute.
Take a look at this.
Ah, an electrician. My TV has been acting up. Could you fix it?
I doubt it. This isn't my ID. Look at this gem. What do you think?
Cut glass.
No, it's not. It's for real.
What kind of madman would go around waving a priceless gem under people's noses?
So either it's glass or I'm mad? I didn't like to think about that for too long. Do you know what this is?
Aha! You Americans with your notorious nose candy. I read Hollywood Wives. I know all about it.
If you tried to sniff this stuff, you'd wall up your nostrils. It's plaster of Paris.
It is. Thank heaven. For one awful moment, I thought I might actually have to arrest somebody. Alors, the paperwork. You have no idea.
I've shown you.
Oui, monsieur.
What do you know about medieval ironmongery? Have a look at this little baby.
A tripod. What is it for?
Hey, Zay, too cold?
You mean you don't know?
No, monsieur. Nor do you, I think.
What does this chalice suggest to you?
Wine.
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Les Templiers. Only that they were excommunicated in 1312 and hanged in their dozens within this very square.
Boy, what they teach in the police academy these days.
No, monsieur. I read it on that board over there.
This guy is
Shouldn't
the
you be off
man.
directing
Which
traffic
broken
or
store did he
something?
come back in?
You have seen the Parisian traffic, no?
Yeah, so?
I could direct the traffic. The most dangerous, the east side of Rome. Or I can sit here and enjoy the sun.
I think it might
The
have been 4.
architecture and the Sauvignon. Which would you choose?
Yeah, but I'm not a policeman. What happened to duty?
An excellent question, monsieur.
I'll see you around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
There was a small crowd of 5 sightseers. It's a weird thing, but you can take the most intelligent people in the world, put them in their vacation duds, and hey presto, they look like morons. Why is that? I had no desire to talk to the crowd. The juggler was good. Why he couldn't put that kind of application into getting a real job, I had no idea. Maybe he just liked dressing up like a horse's ass.
Bro, George, that was way too unnecessarily brutal, bro.
Fixed to the wall was a sign in 3 languages. In French, English, and German it read, "In 1312, Pope Clement V dissolved the Knightly Order of the Templars and excommunicated its members on charges of heresy. In the following 2 years, many of the knights were hanged on this site. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burnt at the stake on an island in the Seine."
Wow. Okay, oh, whoa, what's this?
An ornate fountain stood in one corner of the square. I'd have to come by here in the summer to see it working.
Oh, Paris in the fall.
There was no water to frolic about in. and the leaf mold that was collecting there just wasn't the same somehow. At the top of the stairs was a medieval church.
So we've got two choices. We either do the juggling and go into the sewer, or we finish the quest for the Spanish lady. What do we want to do, chat? Quest for Spanish lady, or go into the sewer and see the Templars? Quest for the Spanish lady, go into the sewer. The night. Okay, sweet. I love that chat unanimously was just like the Spanish quest. Cool, let's do the Spanish quest.
A row of old pews, beautifully carved and glowing with polish. I thought of all the people who must have sat here over the decades. All those Parisian derrieres, firm buttocks of the young ladies, the flabby flesh of the old men. That wasn't a pleasing image, so I went back to the young ladies.
What the fuck, George?
Whoa!
What the fuck?
I didn't have time to sit around.
George is taking a sweet ass time. Bro, do you know in Broken Sword 3 I can make you run? I missed that.
A knight's tomb, his effigy in marble lying in perpetual state, waiting in prayer for the judgment day. A knight there in the company of his fellows. Biblical references engraved into the tomb edge to guide his way to the next world, I guess. A stone knight lay on the church floor. Just think, there's a dead guy under there. The second stone knight in a row of 4 lay on the church floor. I was surprised Philip le Bel had left this place alone.
Well, desecrating the dead is a big no-no, bro.
A stone knight lay in full stone armor, blank eyes looking at the ceiling. Carrying all that armor around must have been hard work.
Yeah, everybody would have been jacked back then.
A stone knight lay at the end of a row of 4. I wondered if this guy had died in combat.
What? Hang on, no. George, okay, hang on, George, bro. We need to retrace our steps a bit here, my cousin. Because one of these tombs is her great-great-great-great-grandfather. Oh my gosh. No. What the hell? Oh, I guess I need to do the Templar quest then. That's so dumb. Oh, what the heck? That doesn't make any sense. George is meant to be trying to find... I promised her I'd find her dead relative. No, but the thing is that, like, surely... Oh, that's frustrating. That's really frustrating. We can't do this part of the quest either because we need the seeing eyeglass to go inside his, like, map thing.
A statue of a knight holding a staff and a scroll. The statue had any secrets. It was concealing them pretty well.
I don't know, bro. That's pretty, you know... Oh. Hey, oh.
A huge stained glass window formed a magnificent centerpiece for its neighbors.
Yeah, that's a good point,
I didn't
right?
recognize the biblical story in it. I was a Sunday school dropout.
Sunday school dropout, Sunday school dropout. Go back to high school. Ooh. Yo, I don't care what anyone says. Grease is great. I fucking love Grease. Okay, alright. We're gonna have to do the sewers. Sorry, guys. I thought we would be able to do the Spanish quest, but we can't.
Hey, you with the ball.
Oui?
This gadget is a sewer key.
I do not want it. Thank you.
Well, I'm not selling it. I just wanted your opinion.
It is hardly my area of expertise.
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Does this grease paint mean anything to you?
It looks like one of mine, or at least another jongleur.
Or a clown?
Mais naturellement, a clown.
Hardly a breakthrough.
You know what? French actually does sound pretty sick sometimes. Mais naturellement?
Have
Well,
you
naturally.
seen this man before?
No.
It didn't seem right to fry somebody's palm when they make their living with their hands.
Oh, so George does have a heart.
Does
If
this
I
man
only
smoke
had a
anything?
heart.
You smoke.
No, I don't.
In that case, it means nothing to me.
Does this lab pass mean anything to you?
You work in a lab.
No, try again.
You steal lab passes.
No. Well, not as a habit. This was a special case.
You steal lab
Feast your
passes.
eyes on this.
Incroyable. Is it real?
I think so.
Some people believe that great gems always have curses upon them.
Oh, that's garbage. Although, now that I think about it, both of the people who had this before me disappeared in mysterious circumstances. And the guy who was supposed to get this was shot and then murdered in his hospital bed. Do you want it?
No, thank you.
Have I shown you this?
Oui.
Does this plaster interest you?
Well,
Forget it. Forget that I asked. I've got a medieval tripod.
and my Uncle Claude has hemorrhoids. So what?
Does this chalice mean anything to you?
It is very badly designed. I would not wish to drink from such a vessel.
You're not going to get the chance, Buster. Look, a red note.
Oh, you...
What do you know about the Knights Templar?
Le Templier? Ah, the last Grand Master, Jacques du Molay, was burnt on an island in the Seine in 1314.
Wow. You're pretty well educated for a juggler.
No, monsieur. I read it on that
I'm
board
bored over there.
How did you learn to be a juggler?
Juggler? What is this juggler?
It's you. You juggle, that makes you a juggler.
No, I am a jongleur.
A jongler? What's that?
Mon Dieu. A jongleur is an artist, a master of the contragravitic aeroballetic mysteries. In centuries past,
What?
the courts of the crowned heads of Europe had the jongleurs, witty, erudite men to whom the monarchs turned in their hours of
This is actually
need.
legit.
Wait a minute.
Jesters could get away with
Let me
some
get this
crazy
straight.
shit.
Our enemies are at the borders. Plague ravages the land, and the peasants are revolting. Thank God we've got Chuckles the Jongler to throw his balls around. I don't think so.
It actually no. So George is actually wrong here. This is a real thing that actually happened. A lot of monarchs would turn to their jesters. There was I can't remember which king it was, and I do believe it was of France. But he had a really deformed jester, and that guy could just say whatever the fuck he wanted and got away with it. And he actually told the king to pull out of one of these battles and go another way. And by pulling out of that battle and going a different way, the king won. So this jester was like given a mansion and shit. And like his family, who were poor as fuck, were living in this mansion because he was like actually the man at strategizing war. But he got through life being a clown.
That juggling doesn't look so difficult.
Oh, it does not, does it not? Perhaps you feel you could do better, no?
I'll give it a try.
Be my guest.
I had no idea what I was doing. But this guy was obviously an idiot, so how difficult could it be?
George, come on, my bro. That's pretty rude. Like,
A
George
lot
could
more
be a
difficult
real
than I thought.
dickhead, man.
That's how difficult. Still, it was my big chance to be
Ah.
derided by complete strangers.
If you think about it, George is just doing what a lot of people do, right? He's thinking, and sometimes we say some wild
Not so
shit to
easy after
ourselves.
all, is it?
No, I guess not.
It's really interesting, you know, like George's internal monologue is brutal, but bro, sometimes we do say some crazy shit to ourselves.
Look, a red... For a moment, but fell down the pothole of abstraction before I could focus on it.
Oh shit!
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Look,
Oh, you...
Damn it! I skipped through new dialogue.
Catch you later.
Fuck! Sorry guys, I thought he was just repeating himself.
In the middle of the square was a manhole. I wondered if there might be something relevant beneath street level. I couldn't open it with my bare hands.
Hey Bobby, how are you?
Hey, you! What
No,
do
good
you
move.
think you're doing? Leave that camera alone.
I love how George is still trying. What the fuck? Is he told off the
Sorry,
police
no
and
harm
he's still
intended.
trying?
You stay away from that.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Catch you later.
Au revoir, monsieur.
I couldn't open it with my...
Okay, George.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
Look, a red nose.
Oh, you say, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. I'm gonna talk back to this guy, and then we're gonna leave, and I'm gonna try and figure out what the fuck I'm doing wrong.
Hello again, officer.
Hello again, monsieur.
Oh, okay, sick.
What do you think of the juggler?
Ah, he is excellent, most watchable.
But he's blocking the thoroughfare and obstructing traffic.
So, he is amusing. The traffic isn't. If he wants to block it, who am I to say no?
You're a cop.
Ah, oui. So I am. Ah, well,
So you're not gonna do anything about this guy.
no.
He probably doesn't even have a license.
Ah, a license. This I had not considered.
So what are you gonna do?
The instant I return to the station, I shall check
Return to the station? Why not just ask him?
and spoil his concentration. What kind of a barbarian do you take me for? Ah, you are a clown.
Do I look like a clown?
No, although you juggle like one. Now, if I'd known you were a clown, it would have been amusing. And not a humiliation for you.
What do you mean?
Who ever heard of a plainclothes clown?
He had a point. So you're saying that if I juggle badly with a red nose, I'd be the king of comedy. But if I juggle badly without it...
You look like a pathetic loon. Oui, monsieur, you have it.
Okay, cool.
I'll
Thanks,
see you
drunk guy.
around.
Oui, monsieur. I'll be there.
The game auto-saved as well.
Hi again.
Oui? What is it this time?
I'd like to have another try at juggling, please.
You have gone on a crash course, perhaps.
No. I just had an insight into presentation.
Huh?
Allow me to demonstrate. The balls, please.
If you insist on completing your humiliation, monsieur.
Okay, now for my secret weapon. The juggler was speechless with rage. You could have mistaken him for a mime. And without a word, he collected his balls and left in a fury.
Hey, you forgot one of your balls. Hey!
But he didn't hear.
George like fully
Better
ruined
still,
that man's day.
deprived of his entertainment, the gendarme decided maybe he ought to do some policing for a change.
Look, they're American tourists, all right? And then the next trick is they're going to watch me break the law. They're an adoring crowd, really. Gosh dang it, these French moms are crazy. Judy, I took the kids out there, and we done seen everything. I saw a mime disappear down the poop chute. George, I love how George has the gunner over there first.
A weird little boat lay tied up. I guess they used it to get maintenance crews around.
Either that or the Phantom of the Opera was somewhere near.
On the boat was a winching machine. There was a handle in the boat that fed out chain with a hook on the end. The
How's it becoming a
hook
fan?
lay in a bed of chain.
How do you?
There were 3 arches, each with an inscription. The wall had flaked, and anything once written on it had long since gone.
Incredible.
There were
George.
3 arches. The inscription was hard to read, but I made out Templier and something about innocence. There were 3 arches.
There were 3.
Close up, I could see a faded inscription. My medieval French isn't much, but the few words I understood seemed to say, "This is where the gallows used to stand." Maybe.
That sounded pretty solid.
I love how like burned into my mind most of these puzzles are.
Nothing hollow there.
Of course, it's the one that's faded.
Hey, that's hollow. It was time for some brutal destruction. I'd poked a hole in an historical site. If any archaeologists came by, they'd lynch me for this. Close up, I could see the plaster was thinner where I'd broken through, and behind it were some cogs and a lever. Here goes. Hey, cool.
George, how did you deatomize that door with the hook? Video games. That's how he did it. George, why couldn't you just look at it from the boat?
The recent showers had made the levels rise a little, but at least the place didn't smell so much. What's a guy supposed to do with a sewer? Don't answer that. The door mechanism was trashed. It would take a blacksmith or an engineer to do anything with that. Boy, had I ever made a mess of that door.
Okay, I'm going to save. And we're going to kill George. We're just going to real quick kill George. Come here, fan, Vicky.
I could hear voices from the lit area. This was it. The conspiracy was revealed.
Okay, nobody move. I'm making a citizen's arrest.
At last, I had them. I could see the fear in their eyes as their little scheme came to pieces.
You're all going away for a very long time. And you can just drop those guns. You're impressing nobody.
I'll never forgive, and the director's cut. Impressing nobody, Gatecrasher's secret meeting. That's so good. Oh. Woo.
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could see a glimmer of natural light.
Would you say that your fingers are too big for the tiny quack? Alright guys, hold on. I'll be right back. I just think I get some water. I'm very thirsty. Your boy be thirsty. I like pinatas, getting caught in bananas. We got that little tiny.
In the beginning was the end.
An end wrought by our enemies began our darkness.
In the end will be a beginning.
An end to our enemies heralds our new day.
Report.
The military establishments are in flux. The end of the Cold War has left them with no clear goal and as obvious targets for budgetary cuts. We have successfully promoted a sense of betrayal in the upper echelons. They feel that the politicians have cast them adrift. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
They're just saying some like crazy shit.
Good. Mademoiselle?
Governments are giving the corporations more respect than their own citizens. A groundswell of dissatisfaction and dissidence is growing. The corporations are becoming too large and complex for their own executives to control them. A blind belief in market forces is accelerating this trend the world over. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
The global population's belief in those that govern it has never been lower. We have inculcated a sense
He's
of
so
immediacy
South
and
African, it
action
hurts.
over forethought and planning in all the major governments. They are acting on hasty decisions that cannot be completed or revoked without appearing foolish. The pattern is emerging. Our time is now.
Excellent. The tired old governments are dying a slow death. from their own incompetence and our machinations. The millennium is almost upon us, and everything is in place for the rise of our new order. Almost. Professor, where is the broken sword?
He said the thing.
As we discussed last time, with the loss of the manuscript, our search is as a corollary hindered.
And as discussed last time, you have been furnished with a dramatically increased budget.
And you
What
become
have
a
you
good
been
guy in
doing
Broken
with
Sword
our
3.
money, Professor?
We are working on the principle that the Templars, that is to say, our predecessors,
Hold on. These are the Templars?
must have left a trail when they were hiding the clues to the sword of Baphomet's location. I have a small army of historians and archaeologists ferreting out that trail.
I trust these historians and archaeologists are more trustworthy than your friend Pegram.
Pegram was loyal. He tried to protect the Lochmarn gem when the Hashashin came near.
And failed. And don't call that Syrian maniac the Hashashin. He's an assassin. Plain and simple.
That's not what he believes. He actually thinks.
Silence! Do I have to remind you that we have a sacred duty? A trust. When Philippe attempted to destroy the Order, we lost the sword and our power with it. Now we have the
That guy
opportunity
becomes
to
a dragon.
reforge it. But time is short. We need results. Not petty bickering. Not excuses. Now, Professor Baphomet.
Yes, of course. My apologies. We will find Baphomet and the sword, manuscript or no. We have already found another element actually within Paris.
Excellent. What is it?
Red Templar!
We're
Tyrannosaurus!
not exactly sure at present. Ha! But I have my best people working on it. You would do well not to criticize others, Eklund. At least I have not murdered one of our own.
Of course. That guy was the bogus doctor in the hospital.
Marquet
was.
was a liability. Eklund dealt with him on my orders.
I beg your pardon, Grandmaster. I did not mean to.
Have you any good news for us, Professor?
We already know 3 of the elements. We know that Klausner had obtained the lens before he vanished.
Where was he?
Syria. We know that he arrived, but after that, nothing.
The assassin.
I fear so. It's a shame. Klausner was a good operative.
Hey, you're the European from a unpronounceable country. Yes. We will also become good friends in Broken Sword 3, and you will hold my undies. Never quite explained why you hold my undies, but you do.
This will be our last meeting in person until we locate the sword of Baphomet. I hope that I don't need to emphasize the importance of finding it. Without it, our endeavors come to nothing. With the sword reforged, we will have the power to sweep the stage of all opposition. The new millennium will belong to us. The next time that we meet, it will be to become the princess of this world!
There was a crack in the wall. Through it, I could...
And I'll be the fairest in the land.
At the bottom of the steps,
Go!
I could
She'll
see
stop at
a
nothing.
glow. It seemed
Run,
a good
hide.
moment to be cautious.
Yo, that movie is incredible, and it was made almost 100 years ago. In fact, I love that line. Have a drink. In 8 years, that movie will be 100 years old. And it was still while we work.
On the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and 2 Latin phrases. Non omnis moriar and clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness.
You know, it's funny. This circle is what the Americans called the first broken sword. Why? It's called the something circle, and it's about this. It's so stupid. It should be called Shadow of the Templar, because that's what the game's actually about. Oh, America.
There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle, I could see words inlaid into the stone.
Did it? Oh, weird. Are we back? Am I back? Am I back? Oh, okay. I had to refresh it. That was really weird. I am so happy I've got Robot Lady working so that I can actually hear when there's issues coming from chat. Anyway, what I was saying is in America, they named the first broken sword after this circle. It's called the something circle. It's so stupid. But the rest of the world, including the original creators, call the first broken sword Shadow of the Templar because that is 100% what the game's about.
On the circle's circumference were the Templar seal and 2 Latin phrases. Non omnis moriar and clarior e tenebris. I shall not die completely, the brighter from the darkness. There was a large circle marked out on the floor with a stump in the middle. Around the circle, I could see words inlaid into the stone. The light falling from above struck the gem and scattered in 5 neat
that's
rays,
the light source.
And each ray picked out a letter. Starting from the seal, I could read M-A-R-I-B, Marib. Now all I had to do was figure out what the heck that meant.
I remember Andre being at Nico's apartment.
I've seen them.
Who?
The Templars. I spied on their meeting in the catacombs.
And you saw the Knight Templar?
I saw a bunch of guys masquerading as Templars. They're after something called the Sword of Baphomet. The bogus doctor was there, the guy who killed Marquet. The manuscript is the key, just as we thought. It shows the way to the broken sword, whatever that is.
And how does the assassin fit into all these?
He's out to stop them. These Neo-Templars, they're men and women in influential positions. Don't you see?
Plantar was one of them. The assassin killed him for the manuscript, to stop them finding the sword.
But now we have got the manuscript.
Yes.
So, how do they hope to find the sword?
I don't know. They said something about a lens and a guy called Klausner who's gone to Syria, but they didn't seem to realize the significance of the very site of their meeting. You see, after they'd gone, I discovered a stone pedestal and a carved inscription. I set up the gem on the tripod, directly below a beam of light. The gem split the beam and lit the letters M-A-R-I-B.
Marib is a village in Syria.
Then the Neo-Templars are ahead of us.
Okay, Nico,
Klausner
how
beat
do you
me
know
to
that?
it.
You're not thinking of going there yourself, are you?
Why not?
These guys are crazy and dangerous. That reminds me, you should leave the gem here.
Okay, what about the tripod?
I'll send it back to Andre, anonymously.
Okay. All right. Cool. Plantar was going to defect because Nico was going there to meet Plantar. Why was Plantar going to defect from the Templar? Is it the same reason Bruno defects from them and Broken Sword 3? That's really fascinating.
Would you like this juggling ball?
Have you been drinking, George?
No, why?
Because you're talking crap.
Oh, damn! Okay, we outies.
Do you think I should go to Marib?
Syria is a long way, George.
Is that literally the end of their conversation? Syria's a long way, Josh. I sure am glad I've got a shit ton of money, but I don't have 50 US. Okay, so let's go to the airport. And let's try and finish Syria. Yes! Kebab good! Hello, sir. Oh yeah, Dwayne and Pearl. Well, hi there, George.
The stand was being watched by a young boy, maybe 12 years old. Hey there, young fella. Speak you the English? Speak you the Anglais? Parlez-vous anglais?
Yes, si, and indeed oui, and rather better than you by the sound of it. My name is Mijo. Welcome to my grand emporium of quality merchandise.
Look at this. A lifting key as used by Parisian sewer workers.
Calais, Calais, sir. I must remember this day for posterity. My grandchildren will be fascinated. A comedian. No surprise there.
What do you make of this?
A man-sized double-ply tissue stained with Bestheimer's number 12 white pancake grease paint. Apparently.
Well.
Have you seen this man before?
No, sir. I'm glad to say. Cold eyes.
Here, shake hands, Nijo.
I'd rather not, sir. At least not while you've got that shake and shock buzzer clumsily concealed in your palm.
I love how clever this kid is.
Oh, you noticed.
Outlawed in 3 separate arms limitation conventions, those are.
What do you make of this?
Especially because it's a taser,
Well,
right?
Beyond the obvious, very little. That pattern seems very familiar, though.
Do you know the name Merlin?
I'm afraid not, old bean.
Old bean? How was he learning English? That's a very old school
This
version of
plaster was
English.
very useful in Ireland.
Really? Your fund of travelers' tales never ceases to enthrall me.
This kid is fucking amazing.
This plaster was very useful.
Really?
What do you think of this?
excellent workmanship. 12th or 13th century. I wish I had things like that for sale.
What do you think of...
A beauty.
What do you think of this, eh?
Oh, sir, what a splendid plaything. One day, when I am rich, I am going to build a world-renowned collection of brightly colored balls.
Are you serious?
In deadly earnest. People will come from far and wide to see my
Yes?
collection. The Rockefellers and the Gettys can keep their hoards of so-called fine art. But answer me this. What good is a Picasso, I ask you, if you cannot bounce it off a wall?
You may have a point. Seriously, do you really think this thing's so great?
Take it away, you tempter.
I'll swap it for something off your stand.
Due to seasonal financial considerations, I'm afraid I cannot.
I thought you wanted this thing.
I do, sir. The stand doesn't.
Which in translation meant it's not really my stand, and I'll be in big trouble if I swap anything for something that I want myself.
Alternatively, is there any service that you require?
Not at the moment, but I'll bear it in mind.
Cool. Awesome.
Does the word Templar mean anything to you?
Templar. Ah, Templar. Huh? Templar. Why, yes, of course.
It does?
Yes.
Becoming a fan, Holly.
A splendid series of books by Mr. Leslie Chatteris, featuring the roguish Mr. Simon Templar.
The Saint,
Great.
right?
That's a real help, Nijo. Anything else?
The Saint television program featuring Mr. Roger Moore of the quizzical eyebrow and a stick man with a halo. Bing!
That's how he learned English. Old Bean. You know, Roger Moore wanted to stop being James Bond after like his third movie. He's like, I am way too old to be this sex icon. But they just kept throwing more and more money at him. And he was like, okay.
So all Templar means to you is Roger Moore.
I only watched it for the stick man with the halo. Bing! He was better animated.
So I'm correct in saying that the word Templar doesn't mean much to you.
Well, there was the Order of Knights who were wiped out in an inquisition in 1312.
Incredible.
That's them. What else do you know?
Just how much information do you think there is on a Trivial Pursuit card?
A what?
From the medieval edition. We had it on the stand a couple of years ago. Ask me what a feuter is. Go on. I know all this stuff.
Never mind. Okay, forget about the Templars for a minute. What do you know about knights?
Like the Crusaders, they came to the East on an insane and pointless
Oh, is
mission.
another leg?
They sacrificed thousands of lives, including their own, for insensate pride. How anyone can find them romantic confounds me.
I wonder what's going on. Yeah, the stream's really struggling. Are we back? We back, guys? I guess we back. Wait.
So, this is your stand?
Oh, yes, sir. Though stand does not begin to do it justice. The finest in this bustling metropolis.
This is a bustling metropolis?
Well, not per se, no.
You speak very good English.
Thank you, sir. I learned from tapes that my uncle procured.
Oh, a language course.
No, sir. Jeeves and Wooster. Gussie, Fink, Noto, Aunt Agatha. What ho?
How much are those books there on the shelf?
Have you any Syrian pounds?
I think I might have a couple of Irish pund.
Then they're too expensive for you, sir.
So long, Nijo.
Poodle peep, sir.
The cat was an ugly brute who looked like he owned the joint.
What? He just looks like a normal, everyday cat. But he was an ugly brute.
The rifle looked dangerous. To the user. I didn't really want to lug the rifle around with me. An old executive toy and a cheap plaster statuette. There didn't seem much helpful around here. I had neither the money nor the desire to buy any of that garbage. There were some great bargains on the shelf, providing you ran a junk museum. I hadn't come all this way to seek out curios. Nejo was still by the stand and still looking bored. It was the sort of bell you see in hotel receptions. Kind of unexpected here.
Just points to his nephew and fucks off. I love it. It's amazing.
Embarrassed as I am to admit it, you can spot an American tourist a mile off.
Come on, Dwayne, hurry up. Oh, hi, George.
Hi, I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, sure, son. Always got time for a fellow American. The name's Henderson. Dwayne Henderson.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Henderson.
Hell, boy, I'm not in the office. Call me Dwayne.
Oh, okay. Dwayne? My name's George Stobart.
Okay, Dwayne, I'm going to talk to you in the forefront. Can we?
It's okay. I'll catch you later.
I'm going to talk to you here. There we go.
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
Yeah, Dwayne, can you explain to me how you fit into the narrative of Broken Sword as a wider franchise? Also, everything's covering your face now. This is frustrating.
It's okay. I'll catch you later.
Hey,
Hi there, Dwayne.
Hi there, George.
Oh my gosh, why is everything... Okay, do you know what?
Have you talked to Nijo?
Nijo? He's the youngster on that junk stand, right? Yeah, we've met him. He's a smart kid. Speaks 4 languages, and he's never had a day's formal education. He should go far. Kept trying to peddle garbage on us, though.
You're not going to find much worthwhile around here.
I know that, and you know that. But try telling Pearl. She reckons there's antiquities in them there stands.
What do you make of this?
A manhole lifting key. So?
Hey, how come you recognize it?
Hey, how come you're carrying it?
Yeah, well, let's just drop the subject, shall we? Have I shown you this?
Yep.
Recognize this?
A clown's red nose.
Yeah. Dwayne knows, like, seriously, Dwayne actually does work for the CIA.
What do you think of this grease paint stained tissue?
You've been hanging around with actors?
Oh, sorry guys, I just need to, like, relax. Oh my god. My back is killing me. My booty and my crack.
Have you seen this man before?
Maybe. Where'd you get it?
I just picked it up somewhere.
Sure. I'm always picking up photos of complete strangers and then asking around.
Ow! Damn it!
There. I've got another picture of a complete stranger. Maybe I'll ask around about this one.
Dwayne.
Do you recognize this man or not?
Not.
Shake hands, Dwayne.
Why?
Just being friendly.
Let's just be friendly by keeping our hands to ourselves. Yeah?
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
Do you know the name Merlin?
Nope.
Nope.
Look, I've got some plaster of Paris.
Yeah. And I've got a picture of me shaking hands with George Bush. Of course, that was back in '76.
What do you think of this?
It's a ball. Big deal.
What do you make of this chalice?
That looks old. Is it for sale?
Sorry. Do you mind if I ask you an odd question?
Okay, but I might not answer it.
Do you know anything about the Templars?
The Knights Templar?
Yep.
Nope. Nothing at all.
Well, you knew they were an order of knights.
What I know and what I say are two different things, boy. I haven't lasted as long as I have in this business without knowing that.
In this business?
Sure. The greetings card business.
Oh, please. I saw a medieval picture of a woman, royalty or nobility, something like that. She was looking in a mirror, but the reflection was of a man with 3 faces. What do you think of that?
I think you should be in therapy.
Does the image of a knight holding a crystal ball mean anything to you?
Hell no. What would a knight want with a hunk of glass?
I don't know. That's the prob.
What's wrong, boy?
It's not a crystal ball. It all came together in my head. What the conspirators had mentioned losing. The strange perspective of the manuscript. It's a lens.
Dwayne.
Do you think bulls have any significance around here?
Weird question, George. Nope, I don't think they have.
You're a long way from home, Dwayne.
Could say the same about you, George.
Me? Well, I'm just sightseeing, that's all.
Without a camera, kinda lax to come all this way and not take pictures. Mind if I take a picture of you, George?
What? Why? Ow! You could have warned me.
You don't
thanks, my
mind, do
honeybee.
you, George? The folks back home will be real interested.
You know, everybody hashtag Vicky and baby go to sleep. You're supposed to be sleeping. That's how you recover from being sick. Dude, Dwayne knows so much, eh? Like, it's incredible. His American tourists are here just before George arrives. Thank you, my honey. This is very suspect. Dwayne 100% is monitoring George.
Where is your wife, Dwayne?
Pearl? Oh, she's around, looking for bargains.
What does Pearl do for a living?
Oh, I run a greetings card company.
Okay,
Pearl
maybe.
writes the poems for him. You ought to ask her to recite some.
What exactly do you do, Dwayne?
Didn't I say? Oh, I run a greeting card company. Yep, we're based in Cleveland, Ohio.
Okay, well, I'll see you around, Dwayne.
Count on it, George.
And Dwayne's not wrong.
The merchant
Count
was
on it.
selling fruit. I decided I might have some later. The stand was selling some fruit I didn't recognize. This is what travel is all about. Roam the world and discover strange fruit. The guy running the stand seemed pretty happy. People always want fruit. I wasn't hungry and didn't want to buy fruit, so I didn't start a conversation.
Most good.
It was a kebab stand, and an ugly one at that. In the still air, the smell hung around like bad smells do. The stand had kebabs dangling from the canopy. As a marketing device, it lacked something. Close up, I could see flies love kebabs.
Oh, that's fucking gross.
The stallholder's face wasn't a great ad for running a kebab stand.
I was wearing
Hi,
a
what's your
Union
name,
Jack.
sir?
Hello, you buy kebab. Most good.
Most good. Annabelle, welcome.
What do you make of this?
By kebab. Most good.
What do you think of this?
By kebab. Come to eat?
Does this mean anything to you?
No. No, you buy kebab.
I'd value your opinion on this,
I'd
sir.
value your opinion on this.
You buy kebab. None?
What do you make of this, sir?
You buy kebab. You buy kebab. Yum. Most good.
I'd value your opinion on...
We're gonna leave. He just says the same thing.
Well, goodbye. Have a nice day.
Most good.
Marib looked pretty defendable with a high wall all around it. I figured going out into the countryside was a pretty good way to get lost. The stand was hawking ancient machine parts. The stand was hawking ancient machine parts that seemed to be from a stripped-down printing press. I couldn't imagine where they'd come from, or who'd want them. How did this guy make a living selling useless old machine parts in the middle of nowhere? He didn't have anything that I needed. It was a guess, but I figured the woman to be an American tourist. Just call me Sherlock.
Then Dwayne just said he was here with his wife. Well, are you Sherlock, or did Dwayne tell you?
Hello. I was wondering whether you could help me.
Why, hi there, handsome. What can I do for you?
Hi, my name's George. I was just...
Well, it certainly is delightful to meet you, George.
I was...
My name's Mrs. Henderson.
I was...
But you can call me Pearl, I'm sure.
Okay, Pearl. I was...
So nice to meet a friendly American face so far from home.
Pearl?
Yes, dear?
I was just wondering if you could help me.
Why, sure, precious.
What, is this a perspective thing? She looks giant next to George.
Do you know what this is?
Lord, no. It looks painful, though.
It's a sewer key.
Who'd want to break into a sewer?
Does this red
Not us.
nose mean anything to you?
Reminds me of my late Uncle Abner.
Oh? Is he a clown?
No, he was a drunk.
What do you make of this grease paint stained tissue?
Oh, it's grease paint. I thought somebody had gaudy taste in makeup.
Most good.
Have you seen this man before?
No. A friend of yours?
No, not really. I liked her too much to zap her with the buzzer. Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
You're a phenomenon?
Don't they have secret handshakes?
Oh, George, now you're teasing.
Have you ever heard of anybody calling himself Merlin?
Merlin?
No, Merlin. Merlin. There's an O in there.
Moulin?
You haven't, have you?
No, darling.
No,
Moulins. They're so American. It's like I remember when the boys were staying with me, my Japanese host brothers. You know, their name was Satoshi and Hitoshi. And they said that Hitoshi said, "My name is Hitoshi," to somebody. And the person replied, "Hitoshi?" And I was like, how did To become To? How? Explain. He just said his name was Hitoshi.
That's nice, dear.
What does this mean to you?
Gosh, is this some sort of psychological test?
No.
Oh, well, in that case, it's a red ball.
What do you think of this chalice?
Now that's really pretty.
Do you know anything about medieval weaving?
I do a little needlework, but gosh.
It's okay. It was a long shot.
Yeah, but Dwayne knew heaps of shit.
Have you talked to the boy on the bric-a-brac stand?
Oh, you've met him?
His name's Nejo, you know.
Oh, he's just so cute, I could die. I'd love to bundle him up and take him back to Ohio.
He might not thank you.
I'm looking for something ancient, you know. Something to impress the folks back home. The poor boy was trying to do his best, but we still haven't found anything.
Have you ever heard of a group of knights called the Templars?
Sounds familiar. I remember. Dwayne had a book. The Holy Something and the Holy Something Else, I can't quite recall. I read a little of it.
And?
Seemed like a lot of hooey to me.
Holy shit. Dwayne is... Dude. Who is Dwayne? Is that ever going to be answered? I kind of hope they don't answer it, actually.
Oh.
Yeah, he tells me that he runs a greeting card company and you write the poems that go in them.
Oh, yes, indeed. I consider myself the artiste of the family. Tell me, George, would you like to hear one of my poems?
Yes.
Yes, go on then.
Okay then, darling, here we go. Our sympathy upon this time, when your heart doth break.
I like the dot.
Classy, isn't it? We know the grief that must entail when your schnauzer gets bitten by a snake. Ah, it still touches me.
Yeah, agreed.
What do you think,
He should be
George?
ambiguous.
It's very specific, isn't it?
You think so? We sell a lot of those here.
Really?
So, tell me a little about yourself, Pearl.
Me? Oh, a gentleman's interest is always so flattering. Well, my husband and I run a greetings card company in a cute little place called Akron in Ohio.
Akron? Cute? Little? Hold on. Didn't Dwayne say they were from Cleveland?
What was that, sweetness?
Oh, nothing. I was just thinking out loud.
Dwayne has always fascinated me in the series, especially like in 3, when he's hiding in is it 3? No, it's in 4. Oh, he's when he's hiding in Rome, dude, when he's hiding in Rome.
I met your husband earlier.
And he helps you
He's
escape.
an interesting man.
From
That's why
from the
I
sex
married
dungeon.
him.
You said that your company is based in Akron.
And Dwayne said it's in Cleveland, no doubt.
Well, yes, he did.
Dwayne was in the Marines and Vietnam, you know. Anyway, he got a medical discharge. Thing is, he gets confused. We moved away from Cleveland 5 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean...
He also gets a little paranoid. Thinks he's a spy or something.
I'm so sorry, Pearl.
Don't worry yourself, George. We live with it.
I've got to go now, Pearl.
It's been a pleasure, George. Don't be a stranger.
Wow. Okay, that's really spooky. So, Dwayne is a spy, but does he know he's a spy? Is he like a sleeper? This is some crazy...
Hi there, Dwayne.
No, it's... Stream going out again. Hold on.
Hi there, George. How can I help you, young fella?
It's okay. I'll catch you later.
Are we back? It's not just you, bud. Hello, hello. Hello, Mike Loper. Hey, Mike Loper. Welcome to the stream. Hello there. Thank you for jumping by. We're back. We're back. It was actually... It's for some reason, OBS is really struggling to send information through YouNow's API. So I think it is actually YouNow. Oh, thank you. Dude, thank you so much, Mike Loper. Thank you. It's incredible. All right, let's go upstairs. We are back again. Which I'm happy about because I want to get through as much as... Whoa, everybody hashtag Mike.
It must have taken him all morning just to set up his stall. I had nothing to buy a carpet with, and didn't want to lug one around anyway. The carpet seller had an impressive collection of wares. If I had the time and the money, I might have bought a couple of rugs. Unfortunately, I had neither the time nor the money to buy anything.
Hi. Hello, sir. Lovely carpet.
Does this matchbook mean anything to you?
Ah, give to me. Give to me. Allah mut.
Interesting. So this character was redesigned for the remake because Charles, we did crack the code. Charles Cecil always felt that this character came across as a stereotypically racist depiction. So I want to see if I agree with that assessment. Interesting. He just looks like some old Syrian guy. I feel like in the remake, what they did was just make him look younger. Hey, look, hey, Charles felt uncomfortable with the character design? Oh, I see what it is. It's because he's all like hunched over. For me, I just see that as old. Am I the only person who sees it that way? Hey, look, he's the creator of the game, right? I'm just some guy. He's a lot more like charismatic looking in the remake as well. Interesting. Okay, look, hey. Cecil felt uncomfortable
thinking,
to have the character represented that way.
Trap?
Hey, he's allowed to, eh? I heard about it in an interview. He did an interview with PlayStation Access and he talked about changing this character. What was interesting is some Syrian fans actually talked to him, a fan from Marib actually, and was like, I see nothing wrong with this character.
Many beneficent greetings, my most fortunate possible friend.
Huh? Do I know you, mister?
No. No. And again I say, no. But, my friend, do you not see our mutual good fortune in this meeting?
How frank do you want me to be?
You are a traveler, yes?
Boy, you must be the world's greatest detective.
No. I am told that is Sherlock Holmes of the big forehead and slipper full of shag. I, as contrast, am world's greatest luxury taxi driver.
I can see where this is going.
I am Ultar, taxi driver and luxury guide per excellence. Yes.
This I had to hear.
Where does your heart desire to go? Simply mention the name to your obedient servant and we shall fly there, swift as the eagle.
Oh, well, I don't really want to leave Marib yet, but I'm sure that if I do, you'll be the
becoming a
first to know.
fan.
Is good. You know where you want to go, you come to Ultar.
Thanks. See you around, Ultar.
Be having a pleasant day, full of shining experiences and happiness, my friend.
Okay, guys, hold on. Sorry, YouTube and Twitch watchers, you're like, hey, what the hell's going on? We're having some technical difficulties over here. Okay, we're going to call it a night, guys, because the internet keeps dying, and it's like no fun for anybody. So I'm going to call it a night there. We will save. But we've done a lot, man. We actually pumped through the games like today. I'm really happy about that. I wonder what Broken Sword speedruns look like. I might actually have a Google after this. Yeah, it's actually YouNow's the problem. I've got no issues streaming to Twitch. I got no issues streaming to YouTube. It's actually just YouNow. And the funny thing is, OBS is not dropping any packets, so it's actually YouNow feeding it out. So YouNow's getting the data. OBS isn't crashing. It's not an OBS problem at all. And YouNow's not feeding it out. I've never watched them before. I'm actually interested to see one. It would have to be of the original game because old games you'd be able to like change CPU clocks and stuff. But when you see old DOS games, like the CPU clock scumming is awesome. It's like a Lego Island, the OG Lego Island game. The speedrunner that you just play it on like a Ryzen 9 because it's attached to clock speeds, and then you just zip through the game. It's insane. Alright guys, tomorrow is going to be nothing because the wife is off to... Yeah, bro, straight up. So good. Broken Sword's incredible. So yeah, tomorrow will be nothing because the wife is either going to be still recovering or she'll be at her work function. Saturday will be not beef, actually. I don't know what's happening Saturday. I won't cover it. That's for sure. So I don't know. I'll try and put a video out, like just of like all the fun cuts together. Then on a Sunday will be Action Beta Z. Looking forward to doing Action Beta Z. It'll be American Ninja 2, the Ninjaring. And then on Monday, depends on how we feel. There might be some Wukong, there might not. Tuesday will be, I don't know what's happening. I don't think anything's happening Tuesday. And then Wednesday will be all of us together. Alright guys, peace.